So I'm so glad that so many of you are loving those. We've got time. It's always the last 5 minutes, isn't it?
It is, right? It's like the crunch of, and like more cool stuff.
Yes.
That's the problem.
This is actually an electric kettle in either black or red. Yes, you can do tea, but you can do so many other things as well.
Absolutely, and you can actually see here, it's the only kettle that I know of that has tea, that has soup, that has reheat, that has everything there. So this is basically just brought to a boil. I've got some instant oatmeal.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just go right into that instant oatmeal and just let it start. So that's its most basic function, is it'll come to 212 degrees, it'll hold at 212, and you can make your instant oatmeal. And at the same time, you know what? You throw your tea bags in there and just let them steep out. Once this goes, of course, we'll top it with a little bit of berry, but we'll come back to that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We'll let that steep up a little bit. Okay. Moving on. Now you're in college, you're in the office, you're in your kids. My kids come home.
Yeah.
I don't want them using open flame, right? So they've actually thrown their ramen noodles in here with water, and they've zhuzhed up with a little bit of vegetable, and they've just hit this to boil.
Oh, this is so
212 degrees. Have you ever cooked your lunch in a tea kettle?
No.
Because you are now. And then look at what the yield is here.
This elevates ramen.
Oh, it's
I wish I
amazing.
had this in college.
But yeah, but you know what? It's a tea kettle and it's a cooking pot all at the same time. And so now my daughter, Amaya, this is what she does, by the way. She comes home and you know, she cooks. Big quote, she cooks. And she's like, Dad, I'm gonna make some noodles. And I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
If I don't have to worry if I'm working in the office. No open flame. She uses the kettle.
And that's it, you just plug it in and then turn it on to what you want to do.
So you know, basically it's just on and off. It's only 2 buttons.
Okay.
So it's on, and then your function, you don't need to confirm. You just go right to your function and it takes off and does it on its own. This is soup function right here, as you can see.
Okay.
And it tells you exactly how long it's been cooking, and it tells you also what temperature it is as it goes up in temperature. So here, again, I want this to stew, so I go on, and then I ask it to go to stew. And it literally will say, all right, Jet, in like a minute and 30, I'm gonna stew this up. And then it starts, and then it tells you the exact temperature. So if you saw that, it went from the time right to the temperature. And then you can literally use it to cook chili, right? You can use it, your ground beef, your beans, your tomatoes, your spices, all that goes in there perfectly. And then this has been stewing now for a while, with 30 minutes, because I want the flavors to marry, I want the reduction, I want all that richness to come together. And this doesn't have to be chili, this is chili, but this could be a multi-bean soup. This could be anything you want in there.
This is a smart kettle.
It is a smart, I like that. It is a smart kettle. It's actually a multi-function kettle. It does everything for you.
Right.
And it's funny how we're kind of saving tea for like the 8th thing it does.
Not,
I don't know.
Not
There's
just the first thing.
There's so many functions.